I want to defend publicness and the tool of publicness, which is the internet. There's a lot of discussion in Germany about privacy, and privacy is very, very important, and we all have privacy, it needs protection. But I fear that the tools of publicness also need protection. And so I want to talk about the benefits that we now have, now that we all have a Gutenberg press at our hands, now that we can all find other people and talk to the whole world. Those are great new powers that are changing society, changing obviously business and media and education and government. And I think we're only at the very bare beginning of that change. So I fear that if we try to regulate the internet, to try to turn it into the world of the past too much, we will lose the power we have to build a remarkable new future. Technology causes change and disruption, and so those in power always fear change and disruption. They also, I think, fear change in terms of trying to protect what we've had in the past. I've discovered in my research on privacy that the first serious discussion of a legal right to privacy in the US came in the year 1890, and the reason was the invention of the Kodak camera, and the idea that anyone could take a picture and put you in the press, and that was scary. Well, when technology changes life, we have to adjust how we live. And for a while, there's fear. There's a resistance to that change. And I think what's happening right now is that the internet causes incredible change in life. And so there is fear about that. There's upset about it. And some try to resist that change. Some try to hold the world the way it was. But technology change is inevitable, and I think it could be bad or it could be good. It's a choice of ours as to how we use that technology. But I know that I want that choice. I think the view of the internet in government in both countries is actually pretty similar. There are agencies in the US that are trying to protect privacy there the way they are here. I think we see it's a little more amplified here in Germany. That in America, when the Google Street View car comes, we wave and want our picture taken. Here you have the Verpixelungsrecht. And it led to what some comedians on Twitter called blurmany, for blurring the images. And, actually that bothers me because I think that there's an opportunity there for anyone in public to share what they see with the whole world. And if you tell Google that they can't do that, will you soon tell journalists? Will you soon tell citizens they can't do that? We have to worry about what the principles are here. So there are laws and regulations that have unintended principles, different ones in Germany, different ones in the US. But together, I think what we see is government trying to protect, but also trying to control. I've been around the internet and technology for quite a long time, but it really changed for me on September 11th, 2001. I was at the World Trade Center in the last train into it as the first jet hit the towers, and I stayed there. Obviously, that was a life-changing event, but then I decided to blog about it for a few weeks, I thought, afterwards. And I then saw this connection that you can make from anyone to anyone, which is the architecture of the internet, end to end. And I learned that media properly are not a product, it's a conversation, it's a process. So the internet and blogs and my involvement in them changed after September 11th and really taught me a great deal and changed my view of media and thus my career and my view of society.